Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Midline Bulletin. My name is Lee. I am with the PBS Committee, and today we're going to go over reserve bidding. On reserve, you must work 18 days. That means on a month with 31 days, you will get 13 days off, and on a month with 30 days, you will get 12 days off. You can work a max block of 6 days with a minimum block of 4 days, except for the beginning and the end of the month. RAPS, or Reserve Availability Period, is a 14-hour period that begins on the hour and during which a reserve pilot is required to be available for contact. For instance, if you are an R10, that starts at 10 a.m. and finishes at midnight. When bidding reserve, it's important to bid for every RAP that is available in your base. I'm currently in Orlando, and this month we have long call available, R7, R10, R3, R14, R18. And it's important to bid for every RAP in every reserve bid group that you have. If you go to your info page and you scroll down towards the bottom, you will see these are the RAPs that are available for Orlando FOs. Now, reserve is a two-step process. In the first step, workdays are awarded in seniority order. After this step, nothing will change. These are the days you're working. These are the days that you have off. In a secondary step, your RAPs are awarded. Long call is awarded in seniority order, and short call is based on your preference and the company's needs. Now, this is an example of the wrong way to bid. In this bid, you can see that I only bid one RAP. Remember that reserve is a two-step process. So I have asked for the days 9th, 11th, and 10th off. If I'm awarded these days, it will not go any further. In the secondary step, it will go up and it will take a look at my RAPs. I only put R7. If R7 is not available to me, then it will randomly select a RAP. So it's important to make sure that you bid for every RAP in your preferential order that is available in your base. Okay, let's jump into a bid group here. I have bid group number 1 set up, and you can see that I have selected long call. Now, it's important to note that long call is not automatic. You must bid for long call, and vice versa. If you do not want to work long call, you do not need to bid for it. Okay, we'll continue on. We also have R7, R10, R3, R14, and R18, and we've preferred off the 10th, 9th, and 11th L Start Next bid group. L Start Next bid group is an all or nothing command. Remember, this is a two-step process. In the first step, it's going to award my days off. And if it can award me the 10th, 9th, and 11th, it will not go any further. It stays in this bid group. In the secondary step, it is going to go back and it is going to try to award me long call. Now, long call is in seniority order. However, short call RAPs are in preference order. So you could be the number one guy in base and ask for R7 and still not get R7. Again, it's not done in seniority order, your short calls. They are done in preferential order based on the way you list them and the company needs. So I have put R7, R10, R3, R14, R18. It's important to remember that if your days are awarded in this step, that it will not go any further than reserve bid group number 1. Now, in bid group 1, I have not waived my days. However, I'm asking for the 10th, 9th, and 11th off, and I'm not asking for those in chronological order, and I'll explain why later. What's important here is that I have not waived my days, which means I will most likely go on a 6-on, 4-off schedule. So let's take a look at a calendar and see what that means for me and my days off. This is one likely scenario. So in this instance, I have not worked the end of February. March actually begins on the 2nd. So my first 6 days that I go on will be the 2nd through the 7th. That means that I will get the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th off. So that works for my days off. And then you can see it'll be 6 on, 4 off, 6 on, 4 off. However, another scenario would be that I work the end of February. So I work 6 days at the end of February, starting March out on the 2nd. I was got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th off. That means that I'm going to end up working the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So in this scenario, the L Start Next bid group would go to the second bid group. So in the second calendar scenario, it was not able to award us the 10th, 9th, and 11th off. So the L Start Next big group would kick in, and that's going to move us to our second big group. And this big group, I'm giving PBS just a little bit more flexibility, and I'm waiving my days off to 3. So that will take us off of that 6 on, 4 off schedule. But again, I'm asking for the 10th, 9th, and 11th off. If PBS is still unable to give me all those days off, it will move to my next big group. As you can see, I'm slowly waving my days down. Here, I'm giving it just a little bit more flexibility, waving my days off to 2. Again, I'm asking for the 10th, 9th, and 11th, and the L Start Next big group. On my next reserve big group, I'm waving it all the way down to 1. Again, this is giving it the maximum flexibility, still trying to get the 10th, 9th, and 11th off. However, I have one more. This is my backup reserve big group. And I'm asking for the 10th, 9th, and 11th. Notice there's no L Start Next big group here. Let me explain. Okay, so I did everything I could to get these days off by waiving to 1. But if I still can't have these days off, then I'm telling PBS, fine. I can't have what I want. I am not going to waive my minimum days. By waiving my days off to 1, this is opening me up to work every weekend except for the days I have protected by the ESN. But if I can't work these weekends, then I'm not going to waive. So I can at least get 1, but most likely 2 weekends off. And let me show you again in my example with the calendars. So in calendar number 1 here, it's going to give me the 9th and 10th. There's 1 weekend. And in this scenario, it's going to give me the 30th and 31st off. I have 2 weekends off by not waiving my days. Even in the second calendar, in this example, if you take a look at this, it gives me the 2nd and the 3rd off. It also gives me the 23rd and 24th off. So again, 2 weekends off. Okay, let's say that NavBlue makes it down to your last big group because it was unable to award you the 10th, 9th, and 11th off, so it triggers the ESN. In our last big group, we're still asking for the 10th, 9th, and 11th off, but we're asking for these in the order of the most important. The reason being is we're going to enter what's called denial mode. Now, denial mode, despite the name, it's actually a good thing. And because of the complexity of denial mode, we've actually created an entire video dedicated to how denial mode works. So make sure you check that one out. As always, if you have any questions, please send a dart to the PBS Committee Help Group, and we're always happy to answer any of your questions or even do a bid review. Have a great day.